Okay, people, you need to stop fearing Bitcoin and start buying it right now before it gets to $1 million. And I'll show you where. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Davinci. I'm in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai. Oh man, you know what? Bitcoin is going to be the money of the future. We've been telling you that over and over again. And a lot of you guys are still afraid. And you need to stop fearing this. You need to stop saying, well, I can't afford a Bitcoin, or it's too high. It's not too high. It's going to be $1 million. They're going to hyperinflate the currency. You need to protect yourself. This is the asset to do it because it's fixed in supply. They can print as much money as they want, but they can't print more Bitcoin. So this is going to be the asset that saves your life. If you just put $10 in this and forget about it, you will save the lives of yourself and the people around you with just $10 freaking dollars. But you're not going to listen. You're not going to do that. I'm going to be pissed off when you guys are so poor and wondering, man, how am I supposed to survive when they print this money, the current financial system, into oblivion? And you know what? It's your fault. If you're watching this, it's your fault. You couldn't even put $10 into Bitcoin now. When everybody is buying it, every corporation's buying it, they're spending billions of dollars. And what are you doing? You can't put $10. Sorry, I'm just tired of all y'all. Like losing your lives, destroying your lives, right? By not doing something as simple as saving. Wow, incredible. Anyways, I need to tell you guys that something, this little story about, before I go on to the TA, and I want to tell you about how our system is crumbling and how they basically prevent you guys from moving money around, right? Today and the last little while, I've been basically trying to transfer money to someone in Canada and someone close to me in Germany. And whilst it took me forever to finally get some money over to the person in Germany. I finally got the right settings and everything set. It sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. They just send it back and they charge me the $50 anyways. It's ridiculous, the situation. I'm unable to send money, a small amount of money, to people around the world. And this is by design. It used to be, before approximately, I think it was before 2003 or something like that, you could write a check virtually anywhere in the world, right? Not every single place, of course, North Korea and certain places and stuff like that, and China and all that kind of stuff. But most countries around the world, you could write a check from a bank that's your local bank, and then be able to cash it in their local currency without any problems. Today, that's not possible. What happened? Why is it like this? Well, it's simple. You see, the banks, right, don't want you to have access to fast moving money. If that happens, it will create hyperinflation. So they've slowed things down. That's the first reason why they've done that. And the second reason is that they want to make sure that the money has been taxed somewhere, somehow. This is why doing transfers internally in your country, it seems to be like, well, seems to be no problem here. What are you talking about? It's because they already know that you've been taxed, right? Then they're willing to wait for the taxes on the double taxation on the second person that you send the money to. So that's why, right? Because you're captured, right? Now, with that situation, right, they need to make sure. And so if you don't mention what the correct reason is for sending that money, that's why it's a little bit difficult to send money internationally, right? So banks make things extremely difficult, and governments make things extremely difficult. And this is where Bitcoin shines. They can't say, well, you can't send that money anymore to XYZ person. They can't do that across the world. You can't. They can't say, well, no. You can't give anyone else money here in our country. That's just wrong. That's illegal. We need to stop that. And sometimes they say, well, so there's nothing wrong, but they block you anyways. All that comes to an end with Bitcoin. And this is why you need to get some. And don't let the noise scare you out of it. Don't let them say it's too slow. It could be quantumly destroyed. No, it can't. It's going to cause deflation. No, it won't. Just stop the noise. Stop it. Okay? Buy some Bitcoin. Save your family. Failing to do so, failing to put the $10 is your fault. Right? Your fault. Okay. With that rant, we're going to talk about where you could buy as Bitcoin moves around. Now, Bitcoin has been a little bit crazy, and you can see this is you can see there's a little bit of a down movement just 4 hours ago when I woke up. You can see this trade is still going, and this would be a good time to add, but I don't have any more money to add, so looking to add to this trade. You always look to add whenever there's a dip. So basically, you can see that this 4-hour candle, let's just go to the 15 minutes, you could have, you need to stop being afraid. Let's pretend you went into negative here. You needed to add. You need to add, and not be afraid of this move, this stop loss here, right? You need to add to your portfolio. If you created a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio and you only took 5% risk here, you have money to spare, right? That's the way you should need to think about it, and let the price action going lower give you the advantage, right? We're in a bull situation here for Bitcoin, and it's going to go a lot higher, so you might as well take advantage of that. Okay, looking at Solana, wow, a lot of up and down motion. Don't like this direction here. You can see that there's a up and down motion to the downside, and this trade looks like in trouble, right? A little bit in trouble because we are going in a downward trend. But keep in mind, we're in a downward trend here, and we ended up breaking out of that trend. So, but overall, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it closed. Yeah, closed higher. So that means, that's a good indication that this is a false downward trend. So yeah, we're still in a good trading zone here. Adding to your trade and moving your stop loss is probably a good idea, because there's always like a quick, what's it called? FU move, right? Especially since we've been here so long. A quick FU move coming before we go higher. So I would expect that before we take off. So move your stop loss a little bit lower. But we are headed higher since we're in a bullish. Trends are friend until the end, right? Looking at Ethereum has the same pattern. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to take off, and nope, I'm going down, and no up, and now I'm going back down, and no. Okay, fine. You want to play this game? Fine. I'm going to be buying the lows. You keep bringing it low. I'm going to be buying, and then we're going to see this thing take off. Looking at the dominance for Bitcoin, I've been telling y'all, right? Even though we broke down here, right? You could have you were thinking, oh man, I sold all my alts and we're going now higher. Yeah, well, nothing's changed, right? We're finally breaking above this support line, which again, I don't know if you know this, right? I've had these lines here for a long time. The red one is a new one, right? But these lines have been there forever. If you go back in all my videos, right? These lines, this yellow line here, this one right here, right? Same with the upward trend line. The upward trend line here, right? Hasn't moved. Boom. Right? In all my videos. Is that magic? No. This is technical analysis. Right? It's clear what is happening. Right? So we're going to see prices go a lot higher. So be ready for that, especially against everything else. This is against everything else. Right? This is what's happening with Bitcoin. And if you don't pay attention and own a Bitcoin above everything else first, yes, just throw in $10 and then go spend a whole bunch of money and watch it. Maybe you'll go higher, maybe you'll lose it all in other, meme coins, altcoins, or whatever you want to do it. I don't know what's going to happen, right? But what I am know is going to happen with Bitcoin is it's going to dominate everything. Don't get left behind.